All right, now we know it ain't an official webinar until we hear the lady say recording in progress. So, guys, happy Sunday. Let's talk about it right away. Thank you for being my mic check crew. I really appreciate it. I definitely pride myself in a good quality sounded webinar. Okay, now let's really break down gold, guys. First of all, this is history in the making. I remember when I didn't even expect. I mean, it's been a long time since I've been trading gold. There were times where I was shocked to see gold touch 2000. I remember when gold was like at 1800, 1700, and it was not too long ago. Not too long ago. Some of you guys were children just learning how to trade. And in 2024, we breached 2000. Oh my gosh. In 2020, in February 2024, we had finally hit 2000. If that's even true. No, I think I'm lying. Now, the first time we broke past 2000 was November of 2023. Price came back down into this area in December, and they retested that area once again on Valentine's Day, and they was out of there. And so 2500 was touched how many months later, or how long after? We saw 2,500 in September of 2024. Then we hit 3,000 March 2025. Crazy. But as we can tell, like gold has been such a bullish pair forever and ever. And I don't think it's planning on slowing down anytime soon. However, we do know gold does like to pull back deep. All right. But for now, I think we're kind of getting used to some of those rallies that it's doing. We talked about the retest of gold recent highs that caused it to sell down for at least a good session or two. That's something we've been noticing. Not that it's new, but it's always good to peep. We've noticed that for the past 4 weeks now, the market will open since January the 2nd, I believe. We will see the same patterns. Price will try and reach the 4 hour highs. Can't go, comes back. And usually now, Friday mornings is definitely the beginning of your entry positions to swing because Sunday price will open with a big gap. And truth be told, I tried to hold positions last Friday, and some of the retracements did not make me feel comfortable. I'm always gonna keep it honest with you, brother Justin. I haven't seen you in a couple weeks, man. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. How's the weather over there, man? Oh, unmute yourself. Don't. I'm not hearing you. Dang it, I can't hear you. Hold on, hold on. Now this makes me skeptical of my sound from everybody else. Everybody, do a mic check on your end. I want to make sure I hear you.
Mic check.
Mic check. Okay, okay. It's Justin then. It's Justin. All right. You might have to fix that, but it's all good. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Now, guys, since the 2nd of January, we've been seeing the market literally open with a huge gap, and they will carry that continuation up until the next day. So, for those of us who are listening to this, I know some of you guys have caught these moves, and we're talking 500, 600, 700 pips overnight. These are usually good opportunities, and the entry positions are well documented lately that by 10 in the morning, if you do get in these positions for gold, if you can catch and you can hold, I promise you the next Sunday you'll be even more floating in profit. You'll be floating even more in profit. All right. So, and the break and retest will happen. Now, this is where the market gets a little funny, right? Sometimes we talking in hindsight, but for real, a break and retest still shows that, hey, if you get in at some point between 10 or even 12, if you get stopped out in the early hours, you hold on to that position over the next weekend, you definitely will be in crazy profit. So I've been applying this and practicing that. So I just want y'all to be aware of it. Uh, the 16th price basically pulled back into Sunday's price action. Then it gave an opportunity to buy. I did not read this properly. Sunday, Martin Luther King, Monday, they pretty much slowed it down. But by 9:30 on a Monday, you definitely want to get yourself ready for the second rally that gold gives. And it usually lasts until the next day, 8 a.m. That's the second opportunity you can catch during the week on gold. All right. Like, but the whole trick is the more conservative, the better you'll be able to catch it. I've gotten in a couple entries, didn't make me feel good, got out, regretted it. I'm not sure if you guys have felt that or experienced that, you know? Another observation that I've noticed is like, yeah, you might see the rally, you might miss it. One of the things I sometimes struggle with, guys, to be super honest with you, in this crazy rally is I hate watching this thing run, but I wasn't fully ready to grasp how long it would run for. The second thing I hated out of this whole rally is how sometimes you can't really see where the bottom is. So today I'm going to give you guys a few things that I've noticed that became very clear to me how to catch it. If on Wednesday we get a retracement, usually it's they in New York or by New York, they try to go above the previous session high and they won't be able to. That's when you'll notice price sells. And once price gives us the retracement we're looking for, make sure that you trade the next session in Asia. And usually I see that the entries ends up being favorable by around 9:30, 9:45 p.m. Eastern. Okay. You hold on to these positions, you're guaranteed to make more money. Okay. These are some of the things I've been noticing because uh, it's hard to gauge the market sometimes. Like you want to see something happen, then it's happening. Oh, Jaquel not playing with silver. Oh my goodness. First day of the week already going crazy. I love it.
Yo, Hans, I'm telling you, just what you said about holding it on Friday, I wanted to hold my position so bad
Yeah,
in my
it was
numbers.
tough, man.
Then when the market closed, I saw it shot up exactly where I knew it was going to shot up. Then the market opened, I fainted. That would have been like $2,000.
I
I fainted.
know. It's
But it's
been
like,
so
damn,
tough.
it's like what I'm gonna do. Risk my account, play it smart. Who knows what the news is gonna come out during the weekend
Right,
today when it's open.
right.
It's just so much. And I'm like, damn, do I need to make a certain amount of money to just have a separate account? Like, oh man.
I'm telling you guys, it's not for the weak sometimes. And then you're looking at everything in hindsight. You're like, damn it, why didn't I hold? Or
Why didn't I hold? And then I'll be thinking like, oh well, my husband gonna take care of me. But it's
you
like I
funny.
don't want to think like that.
Sometimes as traders, we have to find some sort of thought to help us kind of like get over on the opportunity missed. We're not okay. We're not okay. Like, I see a lot of newbies talking about they can't wait for the market to open. Sometimes I feel that way. Sometimes I'm like, give me another 6 hours to get right mentally, you know? By the way, I don't know if I ever told you guys this. I know Jaquel knows about it. I know Rich. Let me see if Rich is on the call. Rich has been taking mad advantage of this. Um, okay, so on Genesis the broker, don't pay attention to this nasty loss, guys, please. It's been rough. I can't hold you. It's been rough. You see this right here? This 10x challenge.
Yeah, can you explain that to us again?
Okay, so on the broker Genesis FX, the 10x challenge is basically how prop firms, I've been teaching you guys for the past couple years how prop firms operate. Obviously, this is a broker, but you know how I used to tell you guys, if you're trading 100K account on a prop firm, really is just a $10,000 account. It's just a 10x leverage account. Y'all with me?
Yeah.
Okay. A 50K futures account is really a $2,000 margin account. That's why you can't go past a certain percentage overall, because that's basically the whole margin that you're trading. So with this broker, the 10x challenge account goes like this. If you put, let's say, $500, your balance will say 5,000. And your goal is to not lose 10% overall or in a day. Trade above your equity. Don't get past 10% in drawdown. You will actually have a good leverage to trade with. And whenever you make your withdrawal, they will respect it. And a lot of them boys uh, that I told about this have been taking smack advantage of this. I be noticing a lot of recent withdrawals, and I'm like, oh yeah, you guys are going crazy. So like, let's say you put $200, you're going to be trading with $2,000. But if you lose 10% of 2,000, what is that, guys?
$200.
Correct. Mike check, Justin. He's good.
Yeah, I got it under control now.
Perfect, perfect. So that's your overall deposit. But if you have equity above the 2,000, then feel free to move how you move, right? So imagine in a time like this with gold, geez, even with trading with 0.80 cents, right? And you have a stop loss at 100, 150 pips below. Imagine catching a swing like this with a point zero five, 1,600 pips. You know what I'm saying? Like that's great money. It's great money using the conservative strategies. I find that I'm the most comfortable with conservative setups. I mean, conservative lot sizes, catching big swings. I try sometimes to catch the entry, and then the pullbacks do make me nervous. Can't lie to you. Which brings me back to Friday. I wake up, I see the market by 7. I'm like, okay. Usually my edge is not too great before 9:45, 10 a.m. and with gold. And so I get in right here. And when I tell you the way they were playing games, wick, push, pull back down, I'm like, bro, I can't even deal with these 200 pip pullbacks, whatever they are. Like, as you're trying to put yourself at a distance, and you feel like the distance is so large. When you start counting the pips, it don't feel good. It don't feel good at all, right? But in my heart of hearts, I'm like, yo, I want to hold until Sunday. I wake up from a nap just so I can force myself to not look at the charts. I'm up here with it. And when I tell you this sell off had me looking like a Looney Tune, only for it to bounce down right here again and they push back up. I think I was holding on some drawdown like right here. I'm like, damn it, Hans. Don't take a nasty loss on Friday. Okay, I close it. They bounce back. I'm like, bro, how long has it been since I just closed this position while I was holding it and holding it and holding it? These are the things that they don't tell you, that we look at each other as if we're in the same room when we're on social media, and you see a lot of people are saying they don't want mentorship, or they feel like they're ready to be full-time traders and they ready to just spearhead this market. But it's situations like these that kind of test how how long you can hold, even if the boat is getting shook up. And sometimes it happens, yo. You get out, soon as you get out, like he's out or she's out, get push the market back up, and you're like, bro, are you serious? All right, you know what? I'm leaving. So by 3 p.m., market pulls back up to it, some of my entries, and I had to let it go. However, it still shows that even on Fridays nowadays, you get a break and retest by 10 in the morning. If you could manage to hold by market open the next week, yo, you're going to thank yourself. So for you to be able to even handle that type of fluctuation, it has to be with some decent, moderate lot sizes. Okay, guys? Because nowadays, 900 pip catch is like, that's the new normal. You hold that thing past 3 hours, you're going to be up 400, 500 pips for
Got my
sure.
ride
And I'm
scheduled.
sure a lot of you guys have experienced this, yes or no. Twan, what's up, bro? If you are snowed in right now, just put a few snow emojis on the chat, please. I just want to pray for y'all.
We're going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, snap. Nah. What?
I'm snowed in Texas.
You celebrated mad early. Oh, wait, final. Damn. Oh, I gotta watch this. Oh, I can't wait to watch this replay. Yo, congratulations, Brody. I can't wait to watch the damn replay. Them
Oh,
Patriots gonna
Cardi
go
B,
crazy.
baby daddy going to the Super Bowl.
Hell no.
Oh, hang on.
What? I keep missing words from you. What'd you say, Quells?
I said Cardi B, baby daddy going to the Super Bowl.
Wow, you and wifey are the same people, man. Acknowledge the man for who he is. Dude. You ain't going to acknowledge Cardi B first. Like, come on.
Know who this guy is for real.
You know how my wife knows people. Oh, Sweetie's ex-boyfriend's sister. I'm like, you mean Quavo? Like what? Oh yeah, it's like, isn't that one guy that was dating Nene from like Love and Hip Hop? I'm like, you mean the legend Steph Curry? Like, it's so funny to me how they know people by their associates or like who they date or whatever. But none of the names that I said was accurate. I was just making an example. Now, congratulations, Twan and the Patriots. Let me check the chat real quick, see how many people are in snow
So is that a
game.
yes? Is that a yes, Hans, or
Huh?
is that a yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they
okay.
going to the Super Bowl for sure. Going to the Super Bowl for sure. I don't know how I feel about no championships right now, though. Like the real championship is getting iced the fuck out of Minnesota. Cause like, bro, I can't handle this anymore, man. Just watching these type of things makes my blood boil. But damn, the DMV is snowed in. Yeah, everybody's snowed in. We're gonna get a sudden drop to the temperature in Florida on Tuesday. Last week was hella cold. We was seeing 30s. Um, but I know it's nothing compared to that that 9, 10 degree weather that I saw this morning. I mean, yesterday morning when I was checking for my Maryland fam. I'm like, yo, the joint said feels like one. I'm like, bro, the disrespect.
Yeah, but it's been crazy. Yeah. It's been really crazy.
Yeah, I feel like the last time y'all seen snow like this was 2020, February and 10. Remember?
Yeah, yeah, I remember. And 2015, 2016 too. It was
Oh
crazy.
yeah, that 2015 snow was fun. Not gonna lie. I made so much money shoveling snow. Boy, I was buying new Jordans. I had enough food to last me a semester. It was good times. It's 24 inches. Man, Massachusetts always doing too much over there with the snow. I got stuck in Mass um, in 2017 from that snowmageddon. Yeah, never again, never again. But you know what's not snowing? This market. In fact, for those of you guys who've been trading silver, you guys have been going crazy. I love to see it. I'm still paying attention to silver. I haven't dabbled, but uh again, it's the same type of behavior. Prices pulling back into the areas of interest. Sometimes, like I don't see it coming. Um, like for example, on Wednesday when price sold off, I was like, oh, finally. And then I didn't follow up into the next session. I didn't expect them to bounce back so fast, which is why I now understand and I'm passing it along. If we see any sort of harsh retracements towards gold or silver, let's say it happened in New York, pull up in Asia by 9:30, pay attention and see how the market is looking. Make sure you at least attempt at putting an entry and putting your stop loss below the previous day low. Because, I mean, come on, we had price literally fill that gap on Wednesday. Yeah, it's been bullish since the 70s. Yeah, crazy. So we are walking into FOMC week. This is going to be interesting, considering all the stuff that's been going on all over the states, right? Also, it's been awfully a quiet time since the accusation of the federal chair. I believe what last week. So much has been going on. Maybe 2 weeks ago. I don't believe that we're going to see any rate cuts. I think they're going to keep it steady. I don't see why they would just drop the cuts if they're getting bullied and markets are the only uncertainty that the markets are given is is with the tariffs. And I think at this point now, everybody understands that it's just bluff calls just to bring the market back into discount for the boys. All right. So last week for US 30, we saw price pull back all the way over here. I was expecting this move to happen on Tuesday, and they didn't. But then Wednesday, they found this area of interest from the beginning, like we were looking for since what? Since Sunday market open and Monday MLK Day, we was waiting for price to at least respect some form of demand to buy. So they used this area. I'm sure many of you guys have caught this one. As far as FOMC this week, I want to see price settle by the next day. I'm not gonna go trade FOMC at all. I believe FOMC might bring price for gold back into maybe the beginning of the week. And we won't know for sure unless we wake up and we see price failing to break a previous day high or a 4-hour high. That's how I've been seeing the retracements happening. Oh, I'm on the wrong gold. Okay, yeah. So the last time we had FOMC, it was in December. Numbers came out, 0.25% was lowered. And I believe this year there was a few other rate cuts that were priced in, but I'm not too sure if they're gonna bring any cuts down this month. But we will see. We'll see. All right. We'll see. What do you guys think?
Good break, yeah, wait for it.
Brother Zillion, what's up, bro?
So I've been seeing news. I've been seeing news about like rate cuts possibly not happening. But I've also been seeing news about rate cuts definitely happening because Trump was tripping about the whole Greenland situation. But now since he's kind of backed off of that, it's a high possibility it may not happen. Also considering the he's trying to bully the Fed, so the Fed is probably just going to push back.
Right.
So that does make sense for sure.
You know Jerome a thug.
Yeah, definitely.
He's not backing out. Like he stands on business. I love it. He's honestly made the best decisions since 2020 during COVID post COVID. He's really holding it. I feel like Jerome Powell is a safe driver. I feel like he does. If speed limit says 65, most you're gonna see my boy Jerome do is 67. It's like, hey, we're just trying to get to some soft landing to the destination of the house and doing it all over again. Okay, good afternoon. Now, the target is definitely 3 believe they're trying to get it down to like 3.0. I would not be mad if we were looking at interest rates at 3.0 because if we're looking at the past, a usual healthy percentage is around 1.75 to 2.5. We've seen those before, right? Now let me once again remind you guys how good a lot of folks had it and how good we had it when we were borrowing money. And I'm talking about those like born in the 60s, 70s, even down to the 40s. This is the cost of borrowing. This is what it was. 0.25, bro. Like, imagine being in real estate after 2008. You know what happened. And we went from 2% down to 0.25. And it was the case all throughout most of our high school and collegiate years. Then we started going back to 0.50, 0.75, 1.25. Then we went right up there to 2.25. And they dropped it down to 0 in March 2020. We all know what happened, COVID. And so the highest we've seen was 5.50 in 2023. So let me tell you guys, a lot of folks who done borrowed money, took out big loans in 2020, they suffered. Businesses saw a lot of slowdowns in 2023. And that's what the Fed usually does when we are talking about slowing down what's the word I would say here? Slowing down the liquidity, slowing down aggregate demand. And he did a good job of that, but we felt it. We felt it a lot. And so us looking at the interest rate right now, 3.75, if we were to see 3.50, 3.25 at some point this year, I think it would help a lot, you know? Because times is hard, man. Like when you go to the damn grocery stores, it's demoralizing. I can't even imagine people with kids. I can't, but we're definitely looking forward to see gold touch crazy numbers. I'm thinking we're going to see 5,200 this week, probably 5,180. It's really nothing to them. So I'm going to mark out the new range. The break and retest was right here. Okay. So let's say tomorrow, right? We see a crazy rally in New York. We all know that at least the market. Oh, I'm so glad I remember this. When in doubt, and this happened on Thursday, mark your previous London low. The market has been so much more about session liquidity than candles. I'm not sure if y'all peeped that. Like, I remember when I was looking at this price action right here, I'm like, damn, I can't tell if we're going to come down here or we're going to like just fill the fair value gap. And they're like, no, we're just going to go slightly below London. And that candle kind of scared me a little bit. It wasn't until 10 a.m. I was able to find like some sort of entry. And even on Thursdays as well, guys. Thursdays breaking retests by 10 in the morning. If you get into a nice entry, hold that bad boy to at least 12:30 if you can. You will be shocked at how much more pips you will be blessed with. I'm seeing 500, 600 type of pip rallies, and once you close out after 30 minutes, you will regret the whole entire session. The whole entire session. And even by 12, sometimes the retracements are not even that far. So that low retracement you might think is gonna bring it all the way back in. Rather you just close partials, move your stop loss in front of the trade and see if they're really gonna pull back all the way by 2 p.m. These on Thursdays are usually nowadays like days where you should hold the trade until the end of the session after they retrace and they respect London session lows. All right. These London session lows getting respected in New York are big determinants of how the session is going to go. All right. Let me repeat that. London session getting tapped, followed by a break and retest, are usually the best setups to hold past 3 hours. I don't know what we got to do. I got to go and work out twice, have a 3 hour session or something, but I'm telling you, this week I will not be fooled. Will not be fooled. DeJour said Nas NQ currently trading around the last higher low on the 4 hour chart. Yeah, so let's go into the indices. Right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you I hate how this chart looks right now. This chart looks right now. But you're right. We're looking at price retesting the 4 hour lows. Let's go down into the 5 minute time frame.
I'm ready to open a sale so bad, but I know my patience is patience pays off better than gotta have the sexy entries, bro. Gotta have the sexy entries.
Yes. Sexy entries for sure. Sexy entries for sure. Quells. I don't know what we gotta do, Quells. Gotta do something. Guys, the last message I stumbled upon this morning was this. You know we appreciate a good meme. We appreciate a good meme. I'm almost at the verge of saying Quells is student of the past 2 weeks. The memes have been hitting, the withdrawals have been hitting. Quells is in the lead. Up next is Mr. Emmanuel. Mr. Emmanuel. Let's put it up for Manny for having passed his futures account, guys. We can't let that go unnoticed. I loved seeing that.
Thanks, bro.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it, boy.
Yes, sir. Up third is DeJour. DeJour has been the most consistent I have ever seen. I'm like, what the heck is going on? The boy is going crazy. Withdrawals upon withdrawals, flips upon flips, and he's bringing it home. Man, I love to see it, bro. Love to see it. Love to see it. It's a couple quiet players who not posting, but I know they going to getting busy. Shout out to Antoine. I know you putting in work. We missed the charts. We missed the charts. We see the BBWs, but we missed the charts. Okay. So yeah, I love it. Last person I'm gonna shout out. Actually, there's like two more people. Two more people. Shout out to my brother, my little brother Sebastian. My man has been going crazy, very consistent, getting some payouts, nice and smooth, bro. Love to see it. Lastly, I got to give it to my brother Roshni Alexandra. He's been putting a lot of work. Honorable mention is Alice. Alice has been getting some crazy entries. I just want to see you get to the final lap. I want to see you get to the finish line. And I know you will. I know you will. All right. So I pretty much just shouted about everybody, really. I know D is quietly getting back into it. I know D Money is definitely getting better. Everybody, honestly, I've been seeing so much progress. Daniel has been a lot more calm. I've seen less. I'm hearing less and less about accounts blown. Maybe a couple losses here and there. I take them too. Ain't been really a great month for me. Sometimes I go on tilt and I'm not. I'm trying to figure out why. Um, it ain't been cute, guys. It ain't been cute. Uh, Sometimes I'm thinking I know the move and I put in like I oversize myself and it's not so good. But you know, I'm always gonna be there to motivate you guys. But I also have a lot of commitment and accountability as well. So yeah, guys, I really love seeing the growth. Love seeing the growth. All right. Now, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, bro. You just said something. Showing up. It sucks sometimes to show up, knowing that you're not feeling so good, knowing that you're not feeling your best, and still you got to show up anyway. You got to be a leader. You got to be the voice of reason, or you also might have taken a loss, and then you still got to look at an analysis from somebody else. You know how many times I'm like, damn, bro, I feel like crying. Hey, good afternoon, coach. I just want you to look at this analysis. I'm like, okay. So it's not easy, guys. It's not easy. But I really, really genuinely see y'all give me a lot of energy. If you don't even know it, y'all give me a lot of good vibes when I see like withdrawals. I even got a little tip last week. I was so happy. I'm like, man, I'm living for these days. Living for these days. I got a little commission. Somebody was kind enough to send me some bread because they was making too much of it last week. And they thought about little old me. That warmed my heart. Paid a couple bills. I'm like, man, wow. Look at that. I want to see more of those. All right. You guys don't even pay anything in this community. So y'all need to think of your good old mentor who ain't never gave up on you along the way. All right. All right. Okay. All right. So with NASDAQ, I believe we will be buying for sure, but I think it'll be more clear around New York tomorrow. It's too early. I don't like the setup. I don't think we should chase. I don't think we should chase. And honestly, guys, if I'm somebody who's trading NQ, I'd much I think the edge with NQ is in sales. Like when price reaches them recent highs, NQ be giving the goods, just selling off. Sometimes the buys are like kind of weird, but the sells, NQ always selling for some reason. Always selling. So yeah, I think we can hold off on NQ or Nas. Just let's see how things play out by tomorrow. Once price, retests London lows or something of the sort. Just keep in mind that if we do see some sort of selling activity, they usually buy back within the next business day. We've seen it last week. I remember like I was trying to I was doing a one-on-one with a student and I was trying to like let her know about catching the previous day's trade or a price coming down into London low and the NQ sold. I'm like, all right, we're taking buys. Sold again. I'm like, what the hell? Then by 10, 15, finally, I look to the left. I see that it did bounce off of London lows, and then it bounced. Didn't have too much volume once it got here, the recent high from the earlier session. But you can always count on a 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Eastern, once price comes down or retraces, for you to get more clarity out of a pair such as or asset class such as NQ. So that's why I don't always worry too much about what price action is doing in the beginning of the week for NQ because they definitely play range ball. Play range ball a lot. Play range ball a lot. Moving on to US 30. I I believe that price is going to buy back as well for US 30. It's just a matter of coming through, seeing how New York is looking, and not forcing it much because remember, it's FOMC week. It's FOMC week. Wow. Gold is at 50-50. Tell me how somebody on Threads was talking about they was finna sell gold. And I was like, yo, hey, good luck, my brother. Hold on to that thought, guys. Let me show you guys who I thought was a brother and what was the biggest shocker of my day. All right. Oh, wow. That's my cousin, y'all. Don't worry about it. So I was like, next week, Sunday, y'all can see, right? It was like next week, Sunday, gold smacks 5,000 per ounce, which I called. Somebody was like, this will be the biggest drop ever. I'll definitely be looking for opportunities. I'm like, good luck, brother. May the wit guys be with you. Every Sunday market opens up for 5 weeks now. We've seen nothing but gaps and huge rallies. This is who I thought was a brother. Hey. Now, if she came back and said, I'm a woman, I wouldn't even know what to say because, like, you cosplaying very well. And I mean, I'm sure somebody calls you daddy, but that's a woman. Like, that's an actual woman. I'm glad she ain't respond back. It looks like she has some really good content, but man, look, I've had it with the studs. The studs do it too well. Let's just say that, man. The studs are, man. Like what? Oh no, who got you hot? The person I was talking about? No way. Oh, US 30. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Yeah, US 30, man. Like US 30 was very funny. Last Friday, I thought we would have like a continuation buy for US 30. I took a glance at US 30 and that bid was dropping. And it was just weird. Weird price action. Not much to talk about. But we do see price is right at the 1 hour demand from last week. So we'll see. To be continued. To be continued. Thank God you already made a bit of your losses back, if not all of it, Quell. So I really appreciate seeing your risk management skills coming to fruition. I love everything that I'm seeing so far this year and the end of Q4. Now, let's go ahead and open it up for questions. I did take a look at GU. I wasn't paying attention much to it, but like the way we're looking at GU is the perfect result of the dollar dropping like it's hot. The US dollar, the DXY, is definitely very, very bearish, which is why we're seeing so much of the money moving towards gold. And along with all the uncertainties that are going on, plus the outlook that they wanted to see gold hit 5,000 by January by 2026. So this is some interesting times. This is some interesting times.
I was so embarrassed. There's nothing we did.
Okay. So I think we've pretty much covered everything. Let's talk about silver. God damn. God damn. Mind you, we just opened up. Already up 300 pips. Same thing with gold. Opened up 350 pips. They not playing games. Not playing games. But tomorrow, if we get a retracement, know that it's gonna be around London and New York. Know that some of the prime entries breaking retest is 10, 10, 30. I know you guys will ask me about fortunes. I will honestly let you know right now. The team is definitely still trying to get everything right. The last conversation I had with the fortunes team, I was this is like breaking news. This is like, y'all getting first information, first word information. Um, he's finalizing the futures trading platform launch, and there will be another 10K account giveaway, but futures this time. So I know some of y'all are very excited for that. And he is looking to finalize everything by February 1st. And he was like, "Yo, this is the last time. I'm not pushing back any further. Almost every issue has been fixed now." So I know some of you guys have reached out to me about, like, the MT5 challenge accounts that are frozen. They were done on purpose because a lot of people were complaining about this situation that was happening. And so that's why I remember last week I told y'all, like, me, with everything that has happened to me personally, I like having options. Have options with brokers, props, whatever it is, I need options. And I had told James, I'm like, "Yo, bro, don't just rely on one broker. Have more than one just in case, like one guy or whatever server is going on, and now we got to switch up." Because I hate delays. This is our ticket, guys. Like, yo, it's mad tickets. These are all from people who are telling us, "Hey, I'm having this problem. Hey, I'm unable to place trades. Uh, trade disabled." I see it, but I can't do nothing about it. So, and all it dwindles down into is because the person that's supposed to connect us with MT5, for some reason, the server was glitching. And so it was kind of messing things up. For example, people were posting and saying, "Hey, this is not my name. The account that I'm trading, it doesn't say my name." Or some people say, "Hey, I can't close my trade." And I'm like, "Yo, this is not a good look, guys. Not a good look." So I think these things are going to be all a thing of the past in just a matter of few days. By February 1st. I can't help but to be patient myself. And even though it hurts me, hey, it's still the first month of the year, going into the second month of the year. I think we'll be fine. All right. Uh, that's all I had for you guys as far as like an update. Make sure you pay attention to the announcements. Make sure you pay. Oh crap! What the heck did I just do? Make sure you guys pay attention to the announcements, because this is usually where he's giving out all of the updates. And sometimes I get the same updates and news right there as well. Like, you would think sometimes, we would get it firsthand, but there's so much going on trying to make things what they are. Sometimes it's just best to just send the announcement where everybody's going to see it. All right. So, yeah, appreciate you, Twan. Uh, yeah, I will say I'm a little concerned at the flags. I'm like, damn, I don't see US here at all. So I'm looking forward to seeing us push a little bit further into the American market with the futures accounts. It's just a matter of time. So, all in due time, all in due time. Anywho, I think we've covered just about enough. Do we have any questions or anybody got any sort of like testimony that they want to share, like out of January so far, like anything positive, any expectations? You raising your hand? Quells, go ahead, go ahead. Oh, yeah, I see it. My bad. Been focused on the other screen.
I'm like, dang, do that thing even work anymore? I'm raising my hand.
My bad.
Yeah, so with the Fortune, James is using MP4, MP5.
He's using MC5. Yes, we have a plug for MC5. I
Cause
can't.
I'm like I've seen it, but I'm like, I don't know, is that real? Cause I thought it was banned or whatever. Like you gotta have a dual citizenship to like, use it. So I was kind of
Yo,
confused. Like,
let me tell you, Gates FX found a way to accept US clients. And they had MC5, but now they don't. 1X broker, which is my boy's broker, which you see Alex is pushing. As long as they don't say they accept US clients, clients can use it. And then I thought Blueberry Markets was going to be the broker that Fortunes is using, but it's the server says something else. I'm not sure if it is Blueberry, but the server definitely says something that I'm not used to seeing. But the slap on my face was when we thought everything was rolling out, and then all of a sudden we having these MT5 glitches, which made me want to just reach out to my boy, be like, yo, uh we having MC5 problems. Like, do you have any servers available for Fortune? So that's another option I'm looking into in case we run into issues again. But for now, yeah, I believe because it's under the firm, you can be handed MC5 accounts for the challenge because it's a simulated account, you know? So it's interesting how things are ran, but yeah.
so if it's a live account, then what? Like
Well,
once the people who win the challenge go live, then what?
here's the biggest difference, right? If you sign into a broker and then you have your own personal account, that's different than being issued an account from like a prop firm because the phase, whether it's live or not, is still a simulation. It's not funds that you had personally deposited into the broker directly. You get me? Quells, you're muted.
Yeah, no, I know, because it'd be loud sometimes in here. Yeah, I'm hearing you though.
Yeah, that's the biggest difference. Like if you go to a broker, you deposit your money directly, okay, that's different. You're a direct customer. But if like the broker itself is the one that's asking for 25,000 accounts under one server, then those are not really the broker's customer. That's just 7,000 slots or 25,000 slots that um the owner of the prop firm had paid for just for us to use the server space under that broker, you know? It's basically like, hey, event planner, I'm hosting a party for my child. I need like 500 seats versus somebody walking into like that place that's getting rented and saying, "Hey, I want to have a party there." Like that's not directly that person's customer base, you know? So because of that, I think is why we're able to issue like MT5 with the challenges. But I also told James, hey, bro, see about Trade Locker as well. Because what we don't want, honestly, is to start having this reputation for delays and stuff going wrong. Even though like obviously you can't prevent too many things from happening, but at least the smoother the better. The experience has to be the experience, or else if you have too many people who are dissatisfied, then the vibe is off, you know? So just please stay patient. Eventually we'll get there.
Hey, I got a question for pretty much maybe anybody in the group. So I think I just messed up, man, my Funded Futures account.
Really?
So yeah, because I hopped in
That's
so I hopped in that NQ trade, man. I was
Yeah.
feeling it. So I hopped in
I
there.
saw it sell too. I'm like,
Yeah, I hopped in it, bro, and I stayed in it a little bit too long. I didn't get in at the best spot either. I saw a 2 candle breakdown, so I wanted to take that 2 candle breakdown on the 5 minute, and I
Yeah.
stayed in it too long, and it retraced. Um, so then I moved from that. I saw it retracing, and I looked at gold on another chart, and I went to silver and traded silver, sold silver, and hit 5K or hit 3,485 in like 1 candle, bro. And
Did you
that's
close that
ridiculous.
one?
I closed it, but here's the problem. I made 1,500 the first day, 1,524 the first day on the challenge, and the other half of the challenge is to make another 1,500. But I just made 3,485. So does that disqualify me, or because I already made the 1,500? Does anybody have experience with that? To
What was the target goal?
3,000.
So
Oh.
so I just have an experience with that too. On Friday when I passed like both of my accounts and stuff. So like the other one I make up to like 4K, 33K, but like I still passed it. So I don't.
Yep.
But the thing is that like for me I've been like making like the first time I make like 1,000, then I make 600, then I traded silver on Friday, that retracement and stuff, that's why I was able to pass both account. So I make more than, so I think you should be fine. Seriously.
Okay.
Yeah. You're fine. You passed. They'll give
Oh,
it to you.
okay, good.
Let's go.
Okay, good.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I needed that. Yo, silver is ridiculous.
Ain't nothing like having your
No,
fam.
trust me, but with silver, like even after I pass my 200 account, like I make up to 2K on each account on silver. I was like, yeah.
Silver is out here changing lives. And mind you, this is what, your second year?
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Well, I'm not even 1 year yet, but remember I started around like a March last year.
right. See, that's what happens when there's volatile markets in times like these, like, and then you learn what you needed to learn, and then, hey, I need to see a payout from you, and I'll be waiting for my 10%.
That's so
Very,
true, bro. I think
very
it's a
soon, bro. Very
blessing.
soon. Very soon.
I think it's a blessing and a curse at the same time that I learned how to trade in 2022 because markets to me were so slow. People like I had a signal caller. He was calling out silver plays, and silver was moving ridiculously slow, bro. But now just so much volume. It's a blessing and a curse because this is a completely different trading environment than
Yeah,
2022.
facts. That's so facts. Because I remember, like, in 2021, I was getting my hands, I was dabbling into silver. I'm like, holy smokes, bro. I accidentally put one lot one time. That bid went to like 2 grand quick. I'm like, huh? Closed it, and I never went back to silver. I'm like, man, look, this is yeah. But look at this. It's crazy, bro.
And my uncle told me and my family to buy silver, ounces of silver, like hard asset silver in September. That price was like $40. He kept buying and buying and buying. He got a whole bunch of silver right now. So
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna explain this to my grandkids. I know that much.
I know. Uh, yo, investing is one thing, hurrying up and making that right decision is another. And sometimes, like, when someone says buy this, automatically now it's like we need to think 12 months from whatever that person told you, just do it. Don't think about, oh, okay, like, man, I bought it and next month nothing. No, I think like 12 months from now. Because every time I will look at a chart, and yeah, one of my boys was like buy silver as well, like in 2024. But then I find myself realizing that, man, being a trader, sometimes you just be thinking on an intraday perspective, maybe end of the week perspective, or looking forward to something. And then if it doesn't happen, you're like, ah, man, I'll have time. And then you see something like this, and you're like, ah, okay. Should have been thinking 6 months to 12 instead of just like week to 3, week to 4. When I was searching all over the internet, doing all types of podcasts, listening, uh, yeah, gymnastics, they said gold could touch 5,000, and I was waiting to swing trade that joint. But when I tell you the amount of retracements that made me feel like, hey man, just catch what you can, versus me thinking about, some of these plays need to happen into a Charles Schwab account, a Fidelity account. Like these accounts, you ain't even gotta worry about them. And then 3 months later, you'll be glad. I mean, some people, their only strategy is to buy gold. And they've been doing that for like 10 years, and they are up insane amounts of profits. So I say all that to say it won't be surprising if we touch 8,000 by the end of this year or next year. So imagine me saying that right now. What does that mean? I'm convicted to look for different options to make sure my portfolio long term is at the price that it's at. It might seem crazy that gold is at 5,000, but shoot, let me show y'all. We went from 4,300 to 5,000 in 20 days. That's 7,000 pips. That's 700 points. And
Crazy.
and that's like 17% gains. Yeah. I went back and tested. Yeah. Just November 2025. It was at, yeah.
They go up more than they go down.
Yes, they always have. Gold is the most appreciating asset ever. Notice we said asset. Indices are appreciating as well. And, we just got to really become smart investors as well. Just got to be. So I'm already thinking about gold like, yo, where are we going to be in the next 60 days? Obviously, it could be some retracements, but we know what the goal is. So this year, for me personally, I would really love to hold some positions, some position trades. Like I'm talking like months. I really do. Like when you're seeing these type of pullbacks, my goal is to be as conservative as possible to hold through for like 60 days. Like I'll see a retracement. I'm like, it ain't been 60 days yet. And I
I
want to
have an
make,
idea.
what's up?
So you remember every single rapper on the radio, what was the metal that they talked about in every song they put on every Escalade, everything?
Platinum.
All right. So I'm looking right now at 2008 Platinum's high was 2,143 or 2,259 it looked like.
Yeah.
So right now it's at 2,800. If it comes back down to 2,500, maybe that would be the perfect time to purchase gold and just hold on to it for life.
Yo, you spitting right now. I That is the most facts you've ever spat in the span of 2 minutes. Y'all heard what he said, right? I don't think anybody ever lost money holding gold for life. In a nutshell. So we gotta open these portfolios and not just get caught up into just intraday trading only. That was some good stuff, Brody. Because we'll always feel like we left out so much money just going into battle every day, every week. But really looking at the bigger picture, 60 days ago, you would have been up and be chilling. That shit hurts my heart. I'm not gonna hold you.
No cap, man.
Yeah. 39.87 Friday, November 2025. Like some positions you really gotta say, you know what? I'm in this joint for the next 60 days. I don't know what price is gonna be, but I know what it's gonna be I'll find out in 2 months. I'll find out in 2 months. I'll find out in 2 months. And that will be my posture at the end of the year, every year for gold. I'm like, bro, hey, we're in the last week of November. And that's another thing I've learned too, back testing. I realized it's not that I couldn't stay in those swings, but I would catch the swings and not realize the retracements usually happen by the end of the month. After price goes to do the failure swing the first time, come back into the point of interest, then they rally. Most times I'm catching the first impulse. And then the retracement I didn't expect to pull back so deep washes me out. And now I have less volume and confidence to trade with. Remember in October, we was catching so many pips swings. It was crazy. But then we got to here. I'm like, bro, I don't know. I forget who was the first guy to exit this position. I think it was De Jure.
Yeah, like that,
No, it was you too. Yeah, bro.
this pullback was crazy.
Yeah, that pullback was insane. I'm
It
like,
blew up like it blew up so many accounts.
yeah, so many accounts. Anonymous. Yeah, so many fallen soldiers.
like I was so mad, like the drop. I thought like, oh, sometimes they will just drop a little bit, like okay, they're gonna push up again.
Right.
You just wait it, like you see gold keep dropping down. Like okay, they're gonna go up again. They're gonna go up again. By the time you know it, like oh, so,
It sucked. And that's kind of what killed my momentum too. I'm like, all right, damn, I thought we was gonna buy. Like I'm sitting here trying to scale positions, even as conservative as I can be. Then they'll pull back and pull back again, and then it's wick and we'll pull back. I'm like, bro, what the hell? Then for us to come back here and see that it was the 30th of October, it was the first week of November, and the end of November, that's when finally, even when we got here, I was kind of nervous. I'm like, bro, what the heck? And we're in the middle of November. I'm like, bro, I want to swing trade, but damn, your retracements is scary. Then I
yeah,
peep.
that's the reason why, like even like this week, like folks should be careful with gold. The end of the month is coming.
Yep,
So yeah, they might do some crazy retracement or something anyway. I don't know.
right. I believe so too. So, um, yeah. But when you go outside and you see the bigger picture, you're like, oh my goodness, okay. Sometimes you just gotta have an account and not really check that account until like 2 months from there, especially by the end of each year. November definitely will put that into perspective. Okay, so I'm just kind of letting you guys know early this year so we can go back to these conversations and really see different versions of ourselves that we never thought was possible. And having used the knowledge to 10x what we got, and that's always, always really the intention year after year. All right. So, um, as we can tell, gold is still pushing. um, it's not a sin to be entering a very conservative position here with gold. I believe 12 hours from now, by 8 in the morning, we'll probably see this thing even further than we expected. It's only 8:14, and gold doesn't seem to show any signs of slowing down. One thing I do hate is I'll check in my usual investing.com to see maybe if there's some edge that I can find here. And sometimes it's like keeping up with the brokers. And I'm like, bro, I need a little cheat code, man. What you doing? Tuh. Gold's best week since March 2020. Why 5,000 is just the start. Who is this? Hey, that's not a. You don't want to play with this man. He looked like he 20 years in. Jachi Mabaku. He sounds like he's from Kenya. But there's a whole lot of other countries. I ain't even gonna go there. I know Quells is like, why can't he be from like, you know? Oh man, I love you guys.
What's your thoughts on copper?
I don't know. I think copper definitely. I've heard Wall Street Trapper talking about copper as well. There's gonna be a need for AI systems, also with infrastructures for data centers. Yeah, that's what I heard. At this point, you're not wrong if you buy gold, copper, platinum, or silver. Let's keep it a book. Any metal right now is the outside. Okay. Why can't he be Senegalese? All right. Um, yo, I'm not done reading into 5,400. Goldman Sachs threw fuel on the fire this week saying its year-end gold forecast to 5,400 per ounce. When was this written? Oh, end of the year only? It's not. Yeah, we're gonna go higher. There was this, they was talking about 6,000. The Fed pivot trade is alive. Markets are pricing in 2 interest rate cuts in the second half of 2026. Okay, looks like we might really remain the same when it comes to interest rates. We'll see. I think it'll probably make sense if they're just holding it down, keeping it the same until the second half of 2026. And you know why I think that's also making sense too? Remember, Jerome is serving his last term. By May, he will be out. And whoever does replace him, they're definitely going to be they are looking forward to bring down the interest rates because that's what Trump really wants. And whoever he does appoint to be the next guy, I think they already have that person um, announced. They will be dropping interest rates. So all that tells me we definitely haven't seen the last of gold. We will see a lot of more push to the upside.
Or any metal. Because I'm looking too, like on copper right now. Somebody put on TradingView. They put there are 0 available copper bars available on APMEX right now. And then I looked that up on Google. And it says out of stock. It says pre-sale rather than in stock. It's got a high demand driven by the shortage. And yeah, so we're definitely seeing breakouts, continuous breakouts on all metals.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still quiet in the copper room right now, so that's a good thing
Yeah.
too.
Still quiet. You might see that bid be worth $20. So think about whatever decisions and moves to be made. Think about 12 months from now. You know, we might see consolidation and then bow, bow, bow. And you're like, no, I missed it. You know, so yeah. All right. Good webinar today. Solid. My outlook for gold by morning, we probably touching like 50, 150. I just want to caution you guys to still make sure if you're not comfortable, catch your 100, 200 pips, be out. You know, because don't nobody want to see a big drop out of nowhere too. That just like cooks the accounts. All right. But that's it for me. The voice is getting weak. You guys have a great rest of your day. Much love, peace, love, and blessings. Until tomorrow, okay?
Peace, man. Appreciate it, y'all.
For sure.
Hey, thanks, Hans.
Of course, of course.
Bye.
Bye.
Boy, take it easy.
All right, bro.
All right, boss. See you.
See you, Quells.